Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16 Update.
Good evening, I'm Karen Harch. Nolan Johannes has the night off. The state says it's safe, the water company says it's safe, but some PG&W customers still are not too sure about the quality of their drinking water. Today, the state lifted a water boil advisory for PG&W customers served by the Fallbrook, Gardner's Creek, Mill Creek, and Seastown reservoirs. Some of those customers have been boiling their drinking water since 1984. It's all because of Giardia contamination. Night Beat reporter Susan Jellig talked with some people in Plains Township who no longer have to boil.
Gloria Lingle has been boiling drinking water and storing it in her refrigerator for more than 2 years.
Disgusting, really. It was really boring. You had to keep boiling the water and then filling it up. Then when you see it's getting empty, you have to fill up a pot and keep boiling it.
But she's not ready to give all that up, even though the boil advisory has been lifted.
You know, you still do it because the water still has that funny taste to it. And like my husband tested last night, he said that you can taste that chlorine in it yet.
Harold Miller says he's been buying bottled water for the past 2 years. He's ready to stop those frequent trips to the store and get back to the water faucet for a drink.
We'll probably try it, yeah. Yeah, we'll try it. If they lifted it, I guess we'll use it.
Actually, he probably has tried it. His wife tells us she's been drinking plain old tap water all along and has been storing containers of it in the refrigerator.
But he was drinking it also and didn't know it.
Drinking the regular water?
Right, but I switched bottles.
Oh, that's sneaky.
I know.
Now the people in the Pocono Trailer Court can drink water right out of the tap without having to worry about what'll happen. And that's especially good news now that this very hot weather is here. Susan Jellig, Newswatch 16 in Plains Township.
Businessman Al Boskov is looking for $1 million to do more work on the Kirby Center in Wilkes-Barre and pay off the mortgage. Boskov announced today that he wants to get the word out about his latest fundraising project. He says $300,000 is needed to finish the lower level of the Kirby here on Public Square. He'd like to turn this area into a reception hall where people could visit with performers after shows. It could also be used as a theater workshop for school children. Another plan is to put in an art gallery. The state has granted $100,000 for that. The rest of the $1 million would pay off the mortgage. So far, Boskov says 80% of the money raised to fix up the Kirby came from the community, and he's looking for even more contributions. The director of the Twilight Zone movie has been found not guilty. John Landis and 4 others were on trial for the deaths of actor Vic Morrow and 2 child actors. ABC's Gary Shepard says the innocent verdicts ended the trial that began last summer.
After deliberating for 9 days, the jury found director John Landis and the 4 other defendants not guilty on all counts in connection with the Twilight Zone accident in July of 1982. All 5 had been charged with involuntary manslaughter in the aftermath of the accident which killed actor Vic Morrow and 2 children. After the verdict was announced, Landis was embraced by his wife, and later he spoke with reporters.
Almost 5 years ago, an accident happened on the set of one of my films that killed 3 people, and that none of this changes that. It's a terrible moment in my life, in our lives, in many people's lives.
The man who directed such films as Animal House, The Blues Brothers, and Trading Places said for the moment his only plans are to be with his family. Gary Shepard, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Sources at the White House say America will send more ships to the Persian Gulf. The ships will be needed to protect Kuwaiti oil tankers that soon will travel through the Gulf. They'll fly American flags. President Reagan says we have to keep the Persian Gulf open.
Will not be allowed. I'm determined our national economy will never again be held captive. But we will not return to the days of gas lines, shortages, inflation, economic dislocation, and international humiliation.
The president says despite the risks, we cannot allow Iran or the Soviets to stop the flow of oil through the Persian Gulf. Those American military investigators who've been looking into the attack on the USS Stark say they've learned enough about the tragedy to prevent it from happening again. Tonight we begin our trip around the world in a minute with the Stark investigation in Iraq. The American investigators left Baghdad today, but they are not saying what they've learned about the Stark attack. The U.S. State Department is questioning the Cuban general who defected to the U.S. Officials say he's full of valuable information. The Russians are embarrassed because a West German teenager was able to sneak through Soviet airspace and land his Cessna in the heart of Moscow. At a meeting of doctors in Moscow today, Soviet leader Gorbachev called on the U.S. to stop nuclear testing. Warsaw Pact countries ended their meeting in East Berlin today, calling for arms control. In New York City, the defense attorney for Bernard Goetz took the jury on a tour of a subway car so they could get an idea of what Goetz went through when he shot 4 teenagers. Family members remembered John F. Kennedy today on what would have been his 70th birthday. And finally, this 1789 plaster bust of Thomas Jefferson, used as the model for the nickel, was sold today for close to $3 million. And that's the world in over a minute. Coming up, the commencement, complete with cap and hospital gown. Plus, new parlons français ici. We'll be right back in a moment.
I like the way you make me laugh. I like the funny things you do. You got a style that's all your own. I like the sprite in you. You make me want to smile. You know you make me sparkle too. You're such a kick to have around. I like the sprite in you.
Sprite, the only one with Lyman. The unexpected twist that makes us different, livelier, special.
I like the sprite in you.
Don't be a crab. Put a smile on your face.
Don't be a crab. Instead, come to Vic Mars in Edwardsville and enjoy seafood at its finest. Sunday through Thursday, Vic Mars offers the all-you-can-eat special. Mix or match fresh pink shrimp, fried clams, hard shell crabs, or fried shrimp served with golden fries and coleslaw.
We're really cooking at Vic Mars. Seafood for every taste.
It's that time of year for high school and college commencements as students receive their diplomas and graduate to a new phase of their lives. A young man from Luzerne County was supposed to graduate with his class last night at the Luzerne County Community College, but this student is a kidney transplant patient. So, as Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci reports, college officials made a special delivery of his diploma.
21-year-old Tony Lupinski graduated college today. He graduated here in his hospital room at Geisinger Medical Center.
I'd rather be with all my classmates, but it's very nice having it down here.
In January, Tony's kidneys failed and he was placed on kidney dialysis, just like these patients you see behind me. Then 9 days ago, a donor kidney became available and Tony was transplanted. Doctors at Geisinger felt Tony should avoid graduating with his Luzerne County Community College class because right now Tony's on drugs that suppress his immune system.
He felt that he might be more at risk of picking up the flu or a cold or some kind of an infection, especially with the big crowds at graduation.
But today's graduation ceremony, complete with family pictures and cake, helped make up for the official ceremony Tony missed. If not for his transplant, Tony would have been on dialysis 4 hours a day, 3 times a week. Now, because a grieving family thought to donate a loved one's organ, a newly graduated computer scientist has a chance to live a normal life. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16, Danville.
Congratulations. Next, Tom Clark with a tropical forecast.
You bet. Close to 90 today, and looks like the heat is going to continue for most of the weekend, but I'll have to talk about some thunderstorms when we come back. Now, you're watching Newswatch 16 Update on WNEP TV, and we're proud to serve Danville, the home of the Geisinger Telethon this weekend.
Well, I'm still here at my America's Choice Taste Test booth, and there's a lot of you out there who haven't taken the test yet. Now, I know, you hate to take tests, your palms get sweaty, and you can't shake hands for a week, but this isn't that kind of test. You can't fail. All you have to do is choose which cola tastes better. Nothing could be simpler. And nobody fails, nobody loses. Well, almost nobody.
Pepsi, America's Choice. Look for the Pepsi Taste Test booth in your area and let your taste decide.
Out to the very, very warm backyard we go, Tom.
It is, Karen. Temperature-wise, not too far from 80 in the backyard at this late hour. The thunderstorms have dissipated, and we just had the hottest day so far of the year, and we are in the process of having the warmest night so far. I want to say hi to the Cub Scouts I spoke to tonight in Pack 1 in Wilkes-Barre this evening. Now, record heat took place today over parts of the Northeast, and here's an example of some of the temperatures that came in this evening. Record high in Binghamton, 87 degrees. Rochester, 91, the same in Cleveland. Philadelphia, 93 today. Newark, 97 degrees to shatter the all-time record for the date. And it's still warm at this hour, mild in Stevens Point, and John Clare, who tells me 61 degrees at his place. Charlotte Little has 68, and a dead calm out back in Nordmont, Sullivan County. Christy Lee tells me 78 in her backyard at this hour. Next, a view this evening, that is along Fishing Creek in Lamar, the southern part of beautiful Clinton County. 75 out back now, 74% humidity. It is muggy. The wind is calm. The barometer is rising a bit from 30.07. High temp here today, 88 degrees. Felt more like 95 or 100. 59 the low this morning. 91 the record high, set back in 1969. Next, we're going to take a trip down to San Antonio, Texas. Now, look at some of the flooding that took place there today. Some stranded horses in some of the fields, people stranded on their porches, and up to 8 inches of rain has fallen in some of the hill country of Texas over the past couple of days, stranding many people. And even a television helicopter had to come by from a local station to rescue some people off of a rooftop. They were stranded out that way, and more heavy thunderstorms occurring out there even at this hour. Next, we go to the live Skywatch 16 Doppler radar. Thunderstorms from this evening have dissipated, and we're not showing any rain on the sweep at this hour. So it should be a quiet night between now and daybreak. Here's the cloud photograph, mostly clear over Pennsylvania. Look at the big storms still over central Texas down that way, and even a few tornadoes have been touching down in parts of Texas over the past couple of hours, and they'll be firing up again tomorrow, some big thunderstorms, and it looks like the heat is going to continue over the next couple of days for us. A tropical low came in across the Bahamas today, but it's not showing any signs of becoming Tropical Storm Arlene yet. We do have a front out to the west, and that may get here by early next week. Here are the steering winds, a massive high over the eastern part of the country responsible for pumping the very warm, humid air up towards the Great Lakes, and from there it takes a right turn and comes down towards Pennsylvania from the west-northwest. And that's how the thunderstorms have been moving over the area the past few days, and a few more could pop up tomorrow and kind of be steered on down towards the southeast. But for tomorrow, every bit as much like it was today. A hot afternoon, temperatures up close to 90 in many places. A few scattered thunderstorms could boil up once again in the heat and the humidity. About 93 in St. Clair tomorrow. In Moon Lake, about 88 tomorrow. And the pool opens tomorrow at noon at Moon Lake Park along 29 there in Luzerne County. So you might want to check that out. A nice place to cool off tomorrow. A west wind at about 12 miles per hour in the afternoon. Sunrise time tomorrow morning, 5:34. And the sun sets at 8:28. Not much wind tomorrow to keep cool, that's for sure. Stay close to a fan or a tall pitcher of your favorite cold drink. 67 out back tonight for the low. Very hazy, more fog tomorrow morning, but that will give way to sunshine. 89 in the afternoon here. That will not break a record. A scattered thunderstorm is possible in the afternoon. And then as we head into Sunday, a little bit more unstable. Scattered thunderstorms will be developing, but we'll have some sunshine, too, for the telethon down at Danville this weekend, so 84 degrees, dress light. And then on Monday and Tuesday, Karen, the heat wave should break just a bit with temps in the 70s. So, Karen, we'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay, see you tomorrow, Tom. 80 businesses in our area are reaching out to ambitious young people. The Clinton County Chamber of Commerce kicked off its second annual Job Expo at Lock Haven University today. It gives you an idea of what kinds of jobs are available around here. The expo is free and is open from 10 to 4 tomorrow at Lock Haven's Thomas Fieldhouse. Organizers say the expo could be a big help to anyone trying to decide on a career. Coming up, the Yankees trying to improve the best home record in the majors, plus area high school teams one step closer to a state championship. Tim Carlson on the Sports Watch next.
You want a mower that's going to last.
That's why Gilson built this sturdy rear-engine rider. It's got a heavy-duty channel frame, not a tube frame. You get an 8 or 11 horsepower industrial commercial engine, standard. It's quiet, smooth, and dependable. And mow? Gilson mows circles around the competition.
See your local Gilson dealer or call Lawn and Golf Supply 1-800-362-5662. Now, Wyoming Homes makes owning a home easier than ever by giving one away. Wyoming Homes open houses May 30th and 31st. Register to win a 3-bedroom 24 by 44 DeRose with carpeting and draperies worth over $30,000. Every hour, a finalist will be given a potential winning key that could open the doors during the giveaway June 20th.
Come see me this weekend and I might pull your name out.
You get it all at Wyoming Home.
Open house in Exeter.
Well, let's check in with the best team in the majors. The Yankees.
Oh, Karen, I forgot for thanks. I forgot for a minute.
Nice guy.
Yeah, best team in the majors. We'll see. The Yankees started the night with the best home record in the major leagues. Don't try to steal my lines, Karen. 15-3. And that was unbelievable, of course. Oakland at the stadium to see if they can do what other clubs, for the most part, haven't done. And that's win at Yankee Stadium. Pick it up in the 4-run first inning. Jose Canseco right there. And he takes Dennis Rasmussen deep. His 6th homer of the year, and it's 2-0. Athletics. Mike Davis right here drills one to the gap in left center field. It'll go for a triple. It'll score a couple of runners, Carney Lansford and Ron Say, and all of a sudden it's 4-zip as Davis motors into third base. Now watch this play. Bob Shirley in relief now. Makes a nice stab on the ball. Throws it to third to Len Cicada. Cicada throws it to Cerrone. Cerrone to Cicada. Back to Cerrone. Oops! And Tony Phillips scores to make it 5-0. Let's go to the scoreboard, see how this fiasco ended. Oakland hammered the Yankees 13-5. Meantime, Seattle beat the Orioles 7-3. Toronto picks up a game. They're now 3 back of the Yanks. They beat California 3-1. Cleveland over Milwaukee 9-6. Detroit over Minnesota 15-7. Boston over Chicago. Chicago over Boston 8-6. And in the 7th, Texas is hammering Kansas City. Now in the 8th, it's 16-3. The Phillies and Mets both out on the West Coast this weekend, so highlights are hard to come by. The games are just underway. Let's go right to the scoreboard for the latest and take a look. Right now in the 3rd inning, the Phillies and Dodgers are scoreless. The Mets lead 3-0 in the 4th over San Diego. Darryl Strawberry, number 14. Gary Carter, number 5, home runs tonight. San Fran over Montreal. That's scoreless in the 3rd now. Cincinnati beat Pittsburgh tonight 13-6. Eric Davis, his 18th homer. He had a single double and a home run, and that's a National League record for the first 2 months. Having that home run, number 18. Cubs in Atlanta now. Chicago leading 5-4 in the 11th inning. St. Louis beat Houston 8-2. That's a final. High school baseball playoffs continue today around the area. Sports Spot 16's Alvy Oxenrider caught Hanover area and Wyoming Valley West playing the District 2 AAA semifinal.
The Valley West Spartans started their scoring in the bottom of the 3rd inning when second baseman Jack Phillips doubled the right-off of Hanover starter Mike Jasler. It was the start of a Valley West rally that would give them the lead for good. The next batter, catcher Rich Berta, blooped this Texas leaguer over second base. It would drop for a single, and Berta would later steal second to give Valley West runners on 2nd and 3rd. Then right fielder Joe Perza singled to left. That drove home Phillips with the game's first run, and Berta was caught in a rundown between home and 3rd. He was tagged out, but Valley West still led 1-0. Then Eric Biala hit a shot to short. Harry Doherty threw it away, allowing Perza to score from 3rd, and it was 2-0. Valley West scored 2 more in the 6th, and they held on to beat Hanover 4-0.
They hung tough yesterday, come back without practicing for 2 or 3 days, and then come back and play a type of ball game, 12, 13, 10 innings last night, and coming back and shutting the team like this out. They're a good ball club.
With today's win, Valley West moves on to the District 2 AAA Championship tomorrow against Valley View. The winner of that game will play next Tuesday against Shamokin in the 1st round of the regionals. Alvy Oxenrider, Sports Watch 16, Kingston.
All right, let's go with the scoreboard here in the AA Championship this afternoon. Lake Lehman over Bishop O'Hara, 11-2. The AAA semi, as we just showed you, Valley West over Hanover, 4-0. Well, the big guns at the French Open won their matches today. That's Yvonne Lindell right there in the near court. The defending men's singles champion rallied from a 4-2 deficit in the first set to win at 7-6 in a tiebreaker. Then he hammered Frenchman Thierry Tolazny in the next 2 sets. I hate these tennis names. Also moving into the 4th round, women's top seed Martina Navratilova, along with 3rd seed Chris Evert, Jimmy Connors, the men's 8th seed, and Boris Becker, who's ranked 2nd, moved into the 3rd round as winners today. 4th seed Mats Wielander and 6th rated Yannick Noah moved on also. Let's go to Pocono Downs, check out the racing tonight down there as we look at the second feature, and we'll take a look at the numbers to go along with it. The daily double, 8 and 6, 51, 31, 20, and the big triple, 1, 4, 5, 73, 80. Fishing Gate forecast for tomorrow. Boy, I hope you had that double. The Bills lost again tonight, by the way, 5-3. See you at the telephone.
See you down there.
Bye.
Thanks, Tim. Still ahead, they love Paris in the springtime in Clinton County. But first, the lottery numbers. The daily number is 1, 4, 2, and the lotto numbers 2, 8, 12, 24, 28, 29, and the alternate is 39. We'll be right back.
When you get an allergy attack, you'll try any advice. Any advice.
Try the desert.
But the best advice is what doctors have said millions of times. Take Dimetap. Dimetap in non-prescription formulas brings proven relief. So take the advice of doctors and pharmacists for allergies
I see the desert worked.
and take Dimetap, the best advice you can take.
Now's the time for fantastic Memorial Day savings at Nathan's Furniture. Every single home furnishings item is reduced. Look for the red, white, and blue tags. You'll save 10, 20, even 30%. Pay no money down and make no payments till fall. With any furniture purchase of $199 or more, Nathan's gives you a gas barbecue grill absolutely free.
The everyday prices at Nathan's are lower than the sale prices at other stores.
Come see how much you can save now at Nathan's Furniture, Hazleton and Pottsville.
Finally, some say experience is the best teacher. Well, Joe Ducey says some high school French students are experiencing France in Clinton County.
You won't see the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre Museum, or other sites normally associated with France here. But for the next 3 days, this part of Pennsylvania is France for these people. They are high school French students of 5 Lock Haven area high schools, and here they're going through French customs. Anything not French, like this comb, are not allowed in. Well, almost.
They took my hairspray and they took some film.
What do you buy with anything you shouldn't have? Do you have anything here?
Lots of stuff, yeah, I brought it into the kitchen.
Actually, this girl was caught later, and the non-French clothes she had were taken back. It's strict here, strictly French. Everything is done in French, all talk, all meals, everything. That's what the 40 students here have to put up with all weekend. But then again, they're here by choice, and besides, they're having some fun.
In the classroom, you learn more like the verbs and like certain words, and here you learn more of the vocabulary that you would be using in like normal conversations with people.
Here you have a little bit of chance for a competition to use French.
This is the 4th year for the French weekend, and the reasons the students seem to like it are the same reasons teachers started this. It allows for everyday French talk. Some of the people here had a little advantage. He's an exchange student from France. All right. Alors, ces étudiants pensent qu'ils vont apprendre en 3 jours ici, plus qu'ils apprennent en 3 mois en classe de français. Joe Ducey, La Nouvelle 16.
Ooh, bonsoir. Good night.